Hey guys, Neighbor here. Today I'm starting a new series. I don't normally do kind of this stuff. I normally just do gameplay, but I don't know, I just want to do this kind of stuff. It's series gonna be called Overrated and Underrated. So I'm gonna do like the classes in order, which means I'm gonna do Scout today in this episode. And we'll have 3 videos for each class. So first episode will be going over primary, second will be secondaries, and third will be melees, I'll go through what is used most in casual and casual only, so not comp or MVM, just casual play. I also have an opinion on the weapon, if it is good or not, and how you can use it for it to be effective. You're probably bored of me explaining how the vid will work, so let's just start it. We'll be starting with the scattergun. The scattergun is lethal at close range with 6 shots until you have to reload. Each bullet takes less than a second to reload and is the most commonly used scattergun from what I've seen. It does around 105 damage at close range, like 30 to 55 at medium, and 3 to 10 at long range. There's nothing much to the scattergun, but all I could say, it's the best primary weapon for scout. It's easily the most overrated. Second most used primary for scout is probably the Force of Nature. This weapon isn't actually overrated, but it's the second most used in my opinion. This is definitely more fun to use than the scattergun, and you can pull off some cool stuff with it. It only has 2 bullets until it has to reload, but the firing speed is 50% faster, and it reloads the whole clip in just under 2 seconds. When you are close to an enemy, and if you deal around 75 to 105 damage at close range, you can send your opponents flying away from you. You can also shoot the ground in midair to perform a third jump, because the Force of Nature will send you the opposite direction depending on where you shoot with it in midair. The third jump makes you a very hard target, and it allows you to get back up on high places if you fall off. Now that the Force of Nature is out of the way, I'll be talking about the Shortstop. The Shortstop is a pepper gun with 4 shots in the clip. It has its own unique ability that was added in 2016, which allows you to literally push people by right-clicking. This allows you to give yourself some space when you're in a sticky situation or if someone's trying to melee you. And I forgot to mention that the Shortstop shoots in a neat pattern, and when I say this I mean it's very accurate and doesn't spread. But using the Shortstop means that you'll get knocked back by damage and air blasts more. Look at this comparison and you'll see what I mean. And it also does around 30 damage less than a scattergun, which means it does around 70 damage at close range. Like I said before, every scout primary except the scattergun and the Force of Nature will be falling in the underrated category. I think this gun is underrated because I hear people talking shit about it, and I also see no one use it, but if you use its push ability wisely, it can be pretty good for getting out of corners with spies trying to trick stab you, or Demo Knights that mess up their charge, or just Demo Knights in general. Also, thanks to the Shortstop shooting in a more neat pattern, more accurate, it lets you shoot people in midair a lot more easier. Our next weapon is the Babyface Blaster, also known as the BFB. This weapon may be underrated, but it can be decent if you know how it works. It has 4 bullets in the clip, it makes you 10% slower, but you can go so much faster by filling up the boost bar by damaging enemies. Your boost bar can go down easily by double jumping and taking damage. This is why I believe it's so underrated, mainly because double jumping is one of the most crucial things as a scout, and it's just so natural to do when you're playing a scout. Like, you do it all the time if you're trying to get to something, or high ground, or just 1v1ing someone, or just picking up a health pack or something. And when you do this, more than 75% of your boost bar goes down. And it's pretty shitty when you think about it. And also, by the way, the gameplay in the background is by Spiky Mikey, and the reason of that is because I forgot to record gameplay for the Babyface Blaster because I'm kind of retarded. Our next weapon is the Soda Popper. The Soda Popper is also one of the really fun ones to use, but it had a massive nerf. and it's a lot more difficult to use now. It is similar to the Force of Nature, having only 2 shots in the clip, but reloads all at once, and reloads all at once. It shoots 50% faster than the normal scatter gun, just like the Force of Nature does too, but it reloads 25% faster than the Force of Nature. It has a similar ability to the Babyface Blaster, where you deal damage and a bar fills up. When the spar is filled up, it gives you multiple jumps for a short period of time. This used to be much better a few years back, when all you had to do to fill up the bar was move around. I'll show a video that Star made a few years back, and just look at the bar at the bottom of the screen that is filling up slowly. As soon as he's at the middle of the map, it's already filled up and all he needed to do was run. This gun is fun to use, but it's only decent if you have amazing aim. So you can fill up the bar and fucking hell, I can't speak English. So you need amazing aim to fill up the bar, because if you don't, I mean, like, it takes so long to fill up that, you know, you die like a majority, like 60% of the time before you even have it. Anyway, it's I wouldn't really recommend using it unless you're on a CTF map, or like an open CTF map like Turbine. I know turbines are open, but the middle of the map has like a lot of things you can jump on, and you don't need to look at them to know where you're gonna jump to. And I recommend using it on King of the Hill maps, because there's a lot of things you can jump on in the middle of the map at the point to obtain high ground. We'll be covering the last primary for today, which is the worst of them all, the Backscatter. For some reason, Valve thought that Scout needed to be a bit like his father, so they gave him the Backscatter, which is 4 bullets in the clip, does no random critical hits, and is 20% less accurate. All it does is mini-crit people in the back at close range, and that's it. I believe it's underrated because it's fucking horrible, and half the time the mini-crits don't even register when you shoot someone in the back. This deserves to be underrated, and it deserves nothing. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying this new little series I've started, and I'll be covering Scout secondaries next time. See ya.